From the dead. There have been a lot of religious hoaxes in the world, but most of the religious hoaxes are started by individuals who get something from the religious hoax. They get money, they get power, they get some kind of sexual gratification. There's a lot of it in the world, I agree with that, but the disciples didn't get any of those things. The disciples start preaching that Jesus is risen from the dead. They don't get money, they hardly get any money, and even the money that they do get, they give it all away. They don't get sex. They preach that sex is only between one man and one woman in monogamous marriage, so there wasn't any of that going on. And they certainly didn't get any power. The only power that they got was the power to run from village to village to village, being chased. And anytime that they did get caught, they were persecuted and get rocks thrown at them and all that kind of stuff. In fact, the disciples lived these incredible lives of moral virtue, and then they die horrendous deaths. Peter watched his wife get crucified. The next day, he gets crucified upside down. You go down the list, every single one of the disciples died terrible deaths, and they died, and on their dying breaths, you know what they were saying? God raised Jesus from the dead. I know it without a shadow of a doubt. Martyrs make pretty poor liars, don't they? Maybe one person dies for the cause, but I can't imagine every single one of the apostles, if they knew it to be a lie, if they knew that they were propagating a myth, then why not recant at the last minute? They did what they did. They lived the incredible kinds of lives that they lived. They died the horrendous deaths that they died because they knew with certainty, without a shadow of a doubt. They didn't hope it to be true. They didn't kind of wish it to be true. They knew with 100% certainty that God had raised Jesus from the dead because they saw him with their very own eyes. They said, we touched him with our hands. We smelt him with our noses. Our eyes have seen that God has raised Jesus from the dead. And that's why, because Jesus said to them, risen from the dead, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples. Get out of here. Advance the cause of Christ. And remember, I'm with you always. And because of that knowledge and that conviction, they lived incredible lives and died horrendous deaths because God raised Jesus from the dead. So